Standard Chartered prepares crypto prime brokerage push. So it looks like Standard Chartered is now entering the crypto game. And remember, they are also a Ripple partner. The move aligns with expansions by U.S. peers, including J.P. Morgan's exploration of crypto trading desk and Morgan Stanley's ETF filings last week. Standard Chartered is reportedly preparing to set up a prime brokerage service for cryptocurrency trading. You know, all these big names that we got to know over time as crypto investors, these big banks like Standard Chartered and JP Morgan, those are going to be the exchanges of the future because they're all going big on crypto right now. And we are going to see the banks offering crypto. It's just a matter of time. They either get on board with this or they get left behind. But I thought that was great that Standard Chartered is now getting into crypto. YouTube views of crypto videos have dropped to the lowest level since early 2021. It's not just affecting X. Now, I know a lot of people are going to make a video on this and they're going to tell you they're trying to silence us YouTubers. They don't want you to know about crypto. They're trying to keep you out of XRP. But what it comes down to is this. I think the views declined because people are frustrated with this cycle. If you went back to the bear market of 2022, and that's when I started this channel, nobody really wanted to hear about crypto back then, but they were way more enthusiastic on where crypto is going than they are today. Today, everybody's like, nothing's going to happen in this market. I didn't get rich by now. I'm never going to get rich in crypto. And usually when you see a decline like this, it usually leads into a major parabolic move in crypto. And that's why I said, even this shows you that a major run-up is about to happen. And a lot of people will tell you, we've been in a bear market since 2021. And I agree with that because I think the movement that we've seen on XRP so far, it was just a correction. You got to remember, we were being suppressed by the SEC all throughout 2021, 2022, 2023, and a good part of 2024. Then we got a pro-crypto administration, and right away, XRP's price corrected. I don't think the real run-up has even started yet. But the fact that they're mentioning this in an article, that shows you it is coming. Coinbase may reconsider its support for the bill should it restrict stablecoin issuers from offering rewards on crypto exchanges and other platforms. So it looks like Coinbase is now putting pressure on lawmakers to resist a push to ban certain decentralized finance provisions in a major crypto bill known as the Clarity Act. I knew Coinbase was going to fight back against this because they don't want us getting rewards on stablecoins. That's the biggest issue right now. This would have already got passed if there was no rewards involved. They don't want you moving your money from your bank accounts into stablecoins and earning yield, leaving the bank behind. Most of the banking cases in the United States are driven by government pressure rather than decisions made independently by financial institutions, according to a new report from Cato Institute. Crypto firms are among the most affected, with regulators using regulatory risk to discourage banks from serving the sector. Now, I think a lot of this debanking was happening during the crypto crackdown. And of course, there was a lot of corrupt politicians involved in this. The banks were going to the politicians saying, we need to slow this down. We can't let this happen. And then those politicians were most likely telling these bankers to just debank anybody that's involved with crypto. Just like you see here, Senator Elizabeth Warren sends letter to SEC claiming people will lose big if crypto is added to 401k retirement plans. Think about it like this. Say you were to put crypto in your 401k And all of a sudden, that cryptocurrency blasts off and it goes to the moon. All of a sudden, your 401k would be worth a hell of a lot of money. But they want to keep you out of this. They don't want crypto involved in anything as far as the traditional financial system. She just absolutely hates crypto. I am not a fan of 401ks either. I would rather just continue to buy XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, and so on the exchanges and then move it into my cold storage wallet and just wait for it to happen. But this is something that would bring more people into this space as well. It's time for these politicians, if they're not on board with innovation, then just get out of Washington. Top developer says XRP should be part of a long-term life savings plans. And he's talking about what I just mentioned. Buy crypto, put it in cold wallets, and then just sit back and wait for it to happen. Don't be so reliant on a checking account or a savings account. You know, the bank is never going to make you rich. People just don't understand that yet. You know, everybody wants to get a certain amount of money into their checking account and a certain amount of money in their savings account. You know, if you put that same money into the crypto space, you can get life-changing wealth. You could get financial freedom in a very short period of time. That's what's great about crypto. You don't get this opportunity anywhere else. And once you start investing in crypto and the price moves up even in the slightest, you are all in on crypto. It's like an addiction that pays for itself over time. BlackRock uses the RLUSD stablecoin as collateral, while Ripple drives institutional acceptance. So here's another tie to BlackRock. On January 12, 2026, Ripple confirmed that its stablecoin, RLUSD, is now being used as collateral by leading financial institutions, including BlackRock. This move marks a significant shift in how established companies approach digital assets within the existing market infrastructure. Collateral traditionally consists of cash or high-value securities pledged to secure loans or derivative positions. However, by accepting RLUSD, Ripple enables institutions to utilize a digital asset that moves quickly and is settled almost instantly on blockchain networks. And if they want to move things with RLUSD, that's great. Eventually, they will start moving the same assets utilizing XRP. And RLUSD, as it picks up momentum and it starts to get embedded into the traditional financial system, that is going to complement XRP at some point. We're going to start to see value from RLUSD show up in the price of XRP. But this is just one more tie to BlackRock. I'm telling you now, BlackRock is most likely holding a decent position in XRP. XRP Ledger may get a tokenized gold upgrade, Web3 founder reveals. And if more tokenized metal products arrive, the XRP Ledger could find new uses beyond payments. Trading and settlement for gold and silver tokens would add transaction volume and could open room for new DeFi tools built around those tokens. So in other words, they're saying this is going to bring more utility and more value to the XRP ledger. And this is what Phil Kwok had to say. Tokenized gold is better than gold ETFs because you can own the real underlying asset. Send it to anyone whenever you want in seconds. Put it into DeFi protocols and earn yield. Borrow against it, pay with it, send any amount you want, no matter how small, all without asking anyone else for permission. And I said, you just summed up why Bitcoin is not digital gold, but tokenized gold is digital gold running on the XRP ledger. Think about it like this. What was always the biggest argument coming from the Bitcoin maxis. Bitcoin is digital gold. You can transact in it anywhere in the world. But you could now take the value of gold and move it around the world in a matter of seconds for less than a penny. It's more efficient and faster than Bitcoin. And gold has been traded on XRP as an IOU since 2014. But what we want to see is tokenized gold on the XRP ledger. And you see the date right here. And that comes from GBI integration. It allows Ripple users to trade, send, and spend gold. That's how long gold has been running on the XRP ledger. The next move is tokenizing it. So you see, with the launch of the latest Ripple gateway, gold has just got a lot more useful. Gold Bullion International, one of the world's leading precious metal providers, now enables people to trade digital units of physical gold, send it to friends and family, or even spend it online. Gold has served monetary and symbolic functions since before the beginning of recorded history. Today, individuals, institutional investors, and central banks continue to maintain strategic holdings in the highly sought after precious metal. In all, the total market for gold is worth over $8 trillion, and that was back in 2014. So you could have always transacted in gold, in the value of gold on the XRP ledger, and you could utilize XRP to move that value as well. This is why you always had people thinking that one day XRP would be backed by gold. But you don't want that. Everybody sells that like a selling point for XRP. Believe me, you don't want XRP to be backed by gold. However, you do want XRP moving the value of gold. XRP is going to be way more valuable than gold. It's going to be moving so much value on a daily basis, trillions upon trillions of dollars, because that value is already headed to the XRP ledger. I'm telling you, once you start seeing trillions upon trillions of dollars in real world assets hitting the XRP ledger, the price of XRP is going to skyrocket quickly, and people are going to get priced out of XRP. They're going to be buying drops of one XRP in the future. People don't get that yet. They always think that XRP is going to stay cheap forever. But even David Schwartz told us it has to be at a higher value. It makes no sense for XRP to stay cheap when being utilized within moving money, moving value. But the one good thing about XRP is we all got access to it. We were all able to buy this cryptocurrency ahead of the institutions. You don't know how big that is yet. Wait until all that institutional money starts entering this space and the price starts changing every single day. And we're watching the price of XRP rise every single day. That institutional adoption is real, and it is absolutely coming. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.